This is the 5-stage cycle that you will tend to go through when you're in a relationship with an avoidant. The first is the attraction and pursuit. This is usually where the avoidant is looking at the relationship as being new, as being something that they're interested in, and it usually is like the honeymoon phase. This doesn't have to necessarily pertain to you just getting with this person. This will be one of the cycles, so it's something that they will always go back to, but they essentially see something new or interesting or something that they like within the relationship that kind of sparks this interest in where they want to pursue things with you. They want to dedicate themselves, and this looks like them committing to you finally and opening up and expressing emotions more. But this is essentially them in their own ways seeing some value that they want to kind of latch onto and have, and they want to essentially pursue you further, which leads to the second part, and that is building intimacy. Now that they have some type of interest, there's something that they want, they will start to open up. And this can be exciting for you because it looks like they are genuinely making some type of attempt and stride to making the relationship work, which is something completely different that you've have experienced up until this point, because usually when you try to do this, they end up pushing away or just making drastic decisions. So it's something that can be promising to you and it feels like a relationship that you want to be in. But what ends up happening is that it moves into the third phase, which is the withdrawal stage. This is where you get too close, in their opinion. They feel like you have done something, whether that is to express an emotion to them, or maybe you are starting to draw out more of a vulnerability further than what they actually wanted, and they don't want that because they again want to maintain some type of control, and you are essentially drawing these things out naturally that they don't want to display. So they will start to push away. This is where you'll start to notice a drastic change where things will feel weird and it'll feel like the energy has shifted, and they will start to, either slowly push away or it'll be very drastic where it just seems like they are so distant and you just don't know what you did. You are confused. You just don't know why things are happening this way and so fast, because you were just simply going with the flow of the initial phase, which was getting closer and building up that intimacy. This leads to that fourth stage where they make a sudden decision. Now, this looks like either them breaking up with you out of the blue or making some type of weird decision to just no longer contact you, no longer, reach out to you, change some type of routine that you guys have had. Like, they make a drastic decision because to them, they're panicking and they need to do something drastic to regain that control. They feel like they're losing control of themselves and their emotions and the relationship, and they want to maintain it the way that they want, and they want it to be a certain way and a certain intimacy or whatever that might be for them. They are essentially realizing that you are opening them up. And this is what naturally happens within a relationship, right? You would hope that two couples coming together will start to bring things out of each other and, enhance the life that they have or the person that they are and the relationship that they have. But to them, that's a threat because that is not in their control in their eyes. Because of that, they will make that drastic decision where they would just pull away out of nowhere or break up with you, and it just leaves you even more confused because you're like, I didn't even do anything crazy. I was just simply, again, going along with what we were experiencing. I was just opening up a little bit and just doing what normal relationships do. And then what ends up happening is that they go into the fifth stage, which is the realization. This is where they start to realize how good they had it with you. They realize how much you put time, energy, and effort into meeting them at their needs. And don't let them confuse you. There's a part of them that realizes that they are difficult and that, they are doing these things. And the fact that you are still there time and time again, doing these things for them, helping them, supporting them, loving them in any way that you can, they realize that this is going to be so hard for them to find somebody else who's going to do that. I don't want to paint all avoidants in a negative picture because they're not all doing this in a malicious way, but all avoidants have a part of them that does genuinely love the person that they're with. They do care for them in some way, but the problem is that they're loving them and caring for them the way that they want, rather than trying to understand the relationship and the dynamic and trying to meet the other partners halfway, with the relationship. And everyone has their own love language. Everyone has their own way of expressing it. But when it comes to an avoidant, they are deadlocked with what they want to express and how they want to feel, which is a problem because you are essentially doing everything on the back end to meet them where they're at, to show them the love, to, commit to them, and they're not willing to do even an inch of that. And then with this reflection, it starts that cycle again because they find something that is exciting, something new, something that they want, and then you see them starting the cycle all over again. It's so important for you to realize this because chances are you probably are not really realizing it, or if you are, it's not sticking as much because you are still in that environment and it's hard for you to see these things. And it's important for you to understand that you do not deserve to have to go through this. You've done everything that you possibly could to change this person. And the thing is, you are not going to be able to change this person. They have to do this themselves. That's it. They have to want to do the change and they have to actually take the actions to do that. And you may be able to help them, but they simply are not willing to do this. And it's so crucial for you to prioritize yourself and figuring out what you need to do to heal and move on from this, because this is not something that you need to continue to engage in. You deserve somebody who's going to love you for the amazing person that you are, and you deserve to be happy in the relationship and to feel that for the most part the relationship is just effortless, and you will get there. But right now, you need to figure out what you need to do to heal and move on from this breakup. I hope you did enjoy today's video. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button. If you're new here, please make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.